Good morning, everyone. Is Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we got to go over the storm systems again, and we even have more things to worry about than just the storm systems, and that does include the threat for severe weather. So we're going to go over that for you guys. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and start you guys off on the day 2 outlook, where we do have a marginal risk across the deep south area. This includes southern Louisiana, extreme southern Mississippi, gain into southern Alabama, and then back through the panhandle of Florida. The hazards are a tornado threat, just a 2% chance of a tornado. So a decent threat, but not necessarily going to happen though. So we'll have to see if really one does get going across this area. And then your wind threat will be the main concern due to how widespread it is. So we'll have to watch very closely for tomorrow, where we will have a chance for severe weather. This is going to be from, let's see, does it say when it's effect? I think it's in effect from Friday into Saturday. Yes, Friday into Saturday. So that will be after today. So make sure to keep that in mind. And now we're going to look at day 3, which is going to be from Saturday into Sunday, where we do have another marginal risk for severe weather across mainly Florida, but also includes parts of southern Georgia too as well. So we'll have to watch those areas closely too as well. Pretty big marginal risk for severe weather, and we'll have to watch for a potential upgrade with this, even with the one tomorrow. But I don't think we're gonna see an upgrade, so I wouldn't take this too serious quite yet. But I'll let you guys know if we do see an upgrade with this marginal risk. And now we're gonna look at the 2 other outlooks. So on day 5, which is going to be from Monday into Tuesday, we do have a slight risk for severe weather across East Texas, getting through Louisiana, back through Mississippi, back through Alabama, and then into the panhandle of Florida. So those areas will have to watch very closely for a possible upgrade to an enhanced risk of severe weather as we head into Monday into Tuesday, like I said. So I don't think we will really be seeing an upgrade to an enhanced risk, but it is something to keep an eye on though, so make sure to keep that in mind. But we're also going to go ahead and take a look at your next threat, okay? So on day 6, which is going to be after that slight risk I just showed you, which is going to be from Tuesday into Wednesday. And as you guys see back over here in parts of the southeast, we do have a slight risk for severe thunderstorms again. I also don't expect an upgrade with this one either, but it does include Georgia, even a little bit of Alabama, and then mostly back through Florida. So we'll have to watch all of those outlooks very closely, especially the slight risks. But other than that, we're going to have to really pay attention to what these storms really do and how they play out as we head into Tuesday, into Wednesday, and Monday into Tuesday. So now we're going to go ahead and show you guys the excessive rainfall outlooks. On day 1, we do have a chance for flash flooding today across portions of Texas, pretty much just south of Houston, but heads from Corpus Christi and then into Victoria, Texas. Those are the areas that we're going to have to watch closely for a little bit of flash flooding today. If we have any more other outlook, which we don't seem to have, but if we did have any more outlook, it would probably be back through parts of New England, but we don't. So this is the only area to worry about today, is just south of Houston. So make sure to keep that in mind if you do live in the places like Corpus Christi, Victoria, let's see, even some more areas like Texas City, Lake Jackson, even Bay City. So those areas will also have to watch closely too as well. And then on day 2, that shifts off east and gets even a little bit more widespread, but still includes a little bit of Texas, heads head through Louisiana and then head through Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and even the panhandle of Florida. And day 2 is going to be from Friday into Saturday, which is going to be for tomorrow. And then on day 3, that shifts off even more east and includes the East Coast, and that's going to be from Saturday into Sunday. And then on day 4, we got a 0% chance of excessive rainfall. And then on day 5, we all have a slight risk for flash flooding across the deep south. So this includes the panhandle of Florida, it even includes southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, and then back through parts of Louisiana, like New Orleans. So make sure to keep that in mind. And this even extends as far north as southwest Indiana too, actually. So more other areas will have to watch very closely for some possible flash flooding. And now we're going to go ahead and show you guys the outlooks. If you guys are wondering when these are in effect, just look at the tags right here. The first one shows when it starts. The next one shows when it ends. So if you guys want to know when those are in effect, I assume you guys read it, because I'm not going to say when they are in effect. But if you want to know when they're in effect, just read the tag right here. The first one is when it starts. The next one is when it ends. So make sure to keep that in mind if you are wondering when these are in effect. But we're going to first start off with the temperature hazards. So with the temperature hazards, pretty big area of very well below average temperatures possible. Just a slight chance of that happening, but pretty well below average temperatures could be possible across this area. So make sure to be aware of that if you do live in the western United States. And like I said, you guys can read this and figure out when it's in effect. So pretty big area of the western United States seeing some pretty well below average temperatures across these areas. Like even the entire Rocky Mountains heading into the plains will see a chance of that happening. So keep that in mind if you do live in those areas. And then with the precipitation outlooks, as you see back through parts of the northwest United States, we are seeing a slight chance for heavy rainfall across those areas. And then back through the entire East Coast and into parts of the South, we are seeing either a moderate risk or even a slight risk for heavy rainfall across those areas. We even are seeing that risk head as far north as the lower Ohio Valley. So if you do live in the lower Ohio Valley, still something to keep an eye on, even though you are kind of on the edge of it. So I would definitely be aware about that. And then if we look at the wind hazards do seem to be a little bit extreme. Okay, back through parts of New England, we got that moderate risk, and then around that, pretty much for the entire eastern United States, we are seeing a chance for damaging winds across these areas right here. So places like the Midwest, getting into Ohio, and then even back through parts of the Mid-Atlantic. So those areas will also have to watch for some potential gusty winds. And then over here in the entire western United States, we are seeing a good chance for high winds too as well. Not like the highest chance, but a good chance. Okay, so make sure to keep that in mind. And now we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the radar now. And did I mean to change this? I don't think I did, but we're just gonna go ahead and show you guys the heavy rain outlook. Okay, or I mean the heavy freezing rain outlook rather. But we're gonna take a look at the radar with the GFS model. Okay, so don't worry about me taking a look at the radar right now, because I'm going to take a look at it in just a second. But as of right now, we are seeing a pretty big area of potential freezing rain as we head into January 12th, which isn't terribly far out. But as we head to January 12th, we are seeing at least an inch of rain at the most. Look at that area right there. Just look at that tag right there on the screen. 9 and 8 inches, or I mean 0.98 inches of rainfall, which is just shy of an inch. Okay, so I would probably consider that an inch, but 0.98 inches of freezing rain across the state of Virginia. Even down here, look, 0.77 inches of freezing rain across that area potentially. And then we even got some more areas of freezing rain. Look at that one, 0.51 inches of freezing rain across Missouri. Pretty much a half an inch of freezing rain is possible. And then back through a little bit of parts of Ohio. Look at that one right there. 1.3 inches of freezing rain across that area, and then back through parts of New England. Okay, wow. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting this much to occur, but look. 0.84 inches of freezing rain across that area potentially. So lots of areas to watch very closely for and also be aware about. So if you do live in like any of these freezing rain areas, including some of these isolated areas, I would definitely watch for some potentially freezing rain. And even if you don't live in these areas, you don't really have to watch for freezing rain, but some areas around these areas, like let's say right here, just in St. Louis, pretty much just north of this freezing rain area, might be able to get around 1/10 of an inch or so of freezing rain. So I mean, even though you're not in that area, there is still a decent chance of freezing rain around that area. Okay, so keep that in mind. And now we're gonna look at your precipitation now, and as you guys see, pretty big area of at least 1 to 5 inches of rainfall. And whoa, holy crap, guys, look at that, 10 inches of rain across the Panama City area, guys. That is going to be destructive flooding right there, guys. And we're only heading 240 hours out, which heads to January 14th, which is a little bit far out to say this is going to happen, but still, just look at that. Wow. 10 inches of rainfall across the Panama City area. So very destructive right there. So if you do live in that area, we're in have to really watch for a lot of heavy rainfall, guys. Very heavy rainfall being a possibility. And then look at this strip right here, guys. Around 2 inches of rain across this area right here. That's going to be even more, it's going to be kind of exciting across this area, actually, because it is kind of beneficial, but wow, that's pretty high during an El Nino, guys. We don't usually see this much precipitation across this area right here during an El Nino, and like we said, this area usually stays dry, but instead we're seeing well above average precipitation, which is pretty rare, guys. We wouldn't usually see this during an El Nino, so we'll have to watch that area closely. And what I should have said is that it's rare that we get above average precipitation during an El Nino. So that's what I should have said right there. But next, we're going to look at your radar now with the GFS model, like I said earlier in this video. And we will see this first system move through, which will bring heavy snowfall and even some storms across the southeast. And then as that finally heads out, we'll see this next storm system move through, which looks a little bit more extreme, and to be honest, maybe even very extreme. But as that finally heads out, we'll see another possible storm system move through that either may strengthen or may stay the same how it is, and then we will have to watch for potentially more systems moving through. But it sounds like we kind of do get a quiet break for a few minutes, but more in the way of light snowfall as we head past January 15th. So yeah, and then I want to give you guys a closer view on how this may play out, and this is what it's gonna look like. And look at that, guys. Let me go back to where that was before. So let's see, we're gonna go to when that storm system does come, which is gonna be this one. So about right there, do you see what it looks like right there? And now look at this one. So both of them are showing a pretty similar thing, and to be honest, both of them are using the GFS model. It's just that this one heads more hourly, this one heads more like 6 hours in between every move of the thing. So we'll have to watch very closely, but we're talking very heavy snowfall and even a winter storm potential across parts of the Ohio Valley, like this area right here. And now, if we look at your total snowfall, like I said, there will be a winter storm potential, and I was right, because look at this, guys. We are seeing around 1 foot of snow across parts of southwest Indiana, guys. At least close to a foot, and then back to parts of other areas of Indiana, like heading from Fort Wayne all the way down into, let's say, Springfield, Illinois, or almost Springfield, but I'm not really sure what cities are in this area right here, and then back down through parts of Missouri, like almost getting into Springfield, could really see some very heavy snowfall too as well. And that's the reason why we got that site risk for heavy snowfall in play. And then some areas in Kentucky, like Louisville, could definitely see some pretty big snowflakes. And then look at this, guys. Back through the California mountains, very heavy snowfall too as well. Even like 40 to even 100 inches of snow in some areas, guys. And I'm not joking. Some areas are actually seeing 100 inches, so which is pretty typical. But I mean, will we see record-breaking snow? I mean, maybe in some areas, but not really expecting that as of right now. But last but not least, we're just going to quickly go ahead and show you guys the precipitation outlook with the GFS model. And as you guys see, pretty big area of above average for parts of the East Coast, at least anywhere from an inch to about 5 inches of rainfall across those areas right there. And then another strip of possibly some flooding right here. This will be anywhere from an inch to about 2 inches of rainfall right here across the parts of the Ohio Valley, getting through Illinois and then back to Missouri and as well as Arkansas. So we'll have to watch both of those areas very closely. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I am a little bit congested. My voice had been changing lately, and that's because my throat is a little bit congested right now. So you guys might realize that through parts of the videos. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will do one tomorrow.